FreeBSD has always been a pain with Wi-Fi, and it's always been very, very slow. So according to the FreeBSD Foundation and this post, how to unlock high-speed Wi-Fi on FreeBSD 14, we're going to see if it works. So 14.3 is where the new Wi-Fi drivers were introduced, which were sponsored by the FreeBSD Foundation. So I'm going to do a comparison between 14.2 and 14.3 and see if there is a difference. Now, just to be fair, I'm also going to cover Arch Linux, so I'll do the same test with Arch Linux, just so we can compare 14.3 and Arch Linux, which is obviously running on the latest and greatest. So to perform this test, I'm doing it on this MeLE Quieter 4C mini PC. So I'll install Arch on it first, then I'll install FreeBSD 14.2. I'll do the upgrade to 14.3. I'm not going to include the upgrade part in the video. I'll make that a separate video on its own. And then we can compare the three. So to do this test, we're using this mini PC, and I'm also using a UniFi UAC AC Lite. So let's just dive right in and see what happens.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
So first we're going to do the test on Arch Linux. So let me go ahead and run this. I'm going to do iPerf3 -C 10.1.9.5. See what speed we get out of this. So we get 280, 197, 181. And just wait for this to finish. So we're getting 260 megabits a second on Arch Linux. So now I'm going to install FreeBSD 14.2 and see what type of speed we get out of FreeBSD 14.2. Okay, we should have FreeBSD 14.2 installed. I'll just log in. Okay, so so FreeBSD 14.2. So this is the exact same system we used previously. We're on the same Wi-Fi connected to the same access point. So what I'm going to need to do is install iPerf. So go to root, package, install iPerf3. Yep. Okay. So let's try this again. So iPerf3 connect to 10.1.9.5. So you can see now we're getting around 8, 5 megabits per second, 1 megabit, 4, 2. This Wi-Fi is just terrible, and in the past I've had to use Wi-Fi box to get around this. So you can now see that we've got about 4.5 meg in up and download finger. So now let's go ahead and try it on FreeBSD 14.3 and see if it's any better. So now we should be on FreeBSD 14.3. So let me log in. And then we'll run iPerf again and see if the Wi-Fi has improved. So I'm going to do iPerf3. The client is on 10.1.9.5. And let's see how this is to previous. That's a massive improvement. I can't remember offhand what we was getting, but we're now at 83, 245, so around 250, 260 there. So we've gone from a ridiculously small and useless Wi-Fi speed up to 240 megasecond here, so up to 40 megabits a second. So upgrading to FreeBSD 14.3 does indeed improve the Wi-Fi speed with the new drivers sponsored by the FreeBSD Foundation. So let's look at the final results. So Arch Linux, which is running the latest and greatest, hit 260 megabits per second. FreeBSD 14.2 did a miserable 4.5 megabits per second. Now the difference you can see there between FreeBSD 14.2 and FreeBSD 14.3 is massive, with FreeBSD 14.3 hitting 245 megabits per second, not leaving it far behind Arch. So I'm absolutely thrilled to see that FreeBSD has managed to finally sort the Wi-Fi issues out. Say I've got around to it before using Wi-Fi box, which basically uses a Linux emulator on top of FreeBSD to use the Wi-Fi, which is just a silly idea here in 2025, but it might actually be usable on a desktop. So if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, help other people find it. I just wanted to do this comparison to actually show what the actual differences is between 14.2 and 14.3. So with FreeBSD 14.3 and the Intel Wi-Fi stack, things are looking very promising to be able to use it on your laptop. So with that, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.